made-for-lifetime movie and is packing an escape bag. But some women love cesareans. A friend said, I carried twins for 9 months. I wasn't going to push. Me, I wasn't going to push my husband. And by my mid-30s, the way I understood how things worked in a marriage was that it was the wife's job to push to get pregnant. I don't know any married woman who did not orchestrate her own pregnancy. Whether she went off birth control or was never on it to begin with, she had unprotected sex and she got pregnant. That is how you get pregnant. The only household accidents I believe in are crock-pot fires and tub slip and falls. I know women who poked pinholes in condom wrappers. I know women who got their husbands drunk, but not drunk enough to not get it up. Some women took their temperature to track ovulation. Some women bought apps for that. Sex was scheduled. Sex was abstained from, and then scheduled. I didn't do any of this, and by 38, I'd never been pregnant. I heard, you won't know what real love is until you have kids. Why get married if you're not going to have kids? Married women who don't have kids are selfish. Women who don't want to have their husbands' babies don't really love their husbands. You don't want kids? Why don't you want kids? You don't like kids? You think your cats are your kids? My answer to all of this was, if it happens, it happens. My husband agreed. My gynecologist said, I can get you pregnant in your 40s, but it's going to take a lot of work. I did not want my gynecologist to get me pregnant, or to be pregnant in my 40s, or work at it. Friends of mine were working on it, and it looked like hard work. They got shots to increase their fertility. They got shots to maintain their pregnancy. They got IVF. They miscarried. They got IVF again. They froze their eggs. They hired surrogates. Their surrogates miscarried. Babies were born prematurely. Multiple babies were born. Some babies had issues, which is Southern lady code for anything from a lazy eye to no eardrums. Postpartum was crippling. Marriages suffered. I didn't want my marriage to suffer. We had it pretty great, my husband and I. No debt, little stress, we had our health, we loved each other, we worked well as a pair. And me, I didn't want to suffer either. I am a woman who grew up during the 70s feminist movement. Marlo Thomas and friends gave me life anthems with the album Free to Be, You and Me. Rosie Greer told me it's all right to cry. Diana Ross told me when I grow up, I don't have to change at all. And Marlo assured me that mommies are people with children. But why did there have to be a song reminding folks who you are after you become a parent? That song had stuck with me. If I had children, would I cease to be me? All my life, I'd thought of having kids with the seriousness that I'd thought about taking a ceramics class. When I finally took one and came home with 3 beautifully glazed but warped bowls, my husband said, You're not going to turn into a lady who makes pots, are you? I was not. I kept the bowls and display them proudly. 1 holds fruit, 1 batteries, 1 loose change. But I have no interest in making anything else. I called Mama and asked if she'd be disappointed that I didn't have kids. Mama said, Helen Michelle, I didn't have children to have grandchildren. And with that, I gave myself permission to let the idea of having kids go. My husband and I had had fun playing with the idea. We picked out names, Kid and Mary Alice, Kid for a boy or a girl, Mary Alice for my husband's mother and grandmother. We thought about adoption and scrolled foster care sites where kids' pictures are posted along with 1-paragraph descriptions. You can sort them by age, sex, and race. You can refine your search by what issues you think you can handle. We'd felt a connection to a pair of siblings, a hyperactive 6-year-old and a non-talkative 4-year-old, named Star and Devlin. But we didn't reach out for them. And when I knew I was ovulating, we didn't have sex. And my husband never pushed me, because it turns out, if it happens, it happens, is Southern lady code for, we don't want kids. Not having children is one of the nicest surprises of our lives. We do what we want when we want. We do for each other.